ladies, how you going? Creating this video based on reverse pyramid training. Likely, I've seen something maybe in your workout that indicates that there's just some clarity that needs to be given about reverse pyramid training, what it is and how it benefits you, and how to implement it in your next workout. So actually, you know what? Literally, I should have created this video a number of weeks back, because I reckon I've had this conversation with almost every single lady that's come through the course. I've got all the information in the modules, but that's the thing, like, you're living a busy life. You don't have time to learn what you don't know that you don't know. Like, you've got enough on your plate. So really quickly, I'm sending you this video, or I'm sending you to this link about reverse pyramid training, just to clarify a couple of concepts. So traditionally, what I see when I have to have this conversation is, I've seen in your workout, let's just say you're doing barbell hip thrusts, and I've seen that you've lifted maybe 20 kilos on your first set, and then in your second set, after you've rested for 2 to 3 minutes, you've lifted 20 kilos again, and then after the second set and you've rested, you've lifted 20 kilos again. Congratulations for doing that, firstly, but it's not reverse pyramid training. Reverse pyramid training, and I've got a full breakdown here. Let me zoom in over here. Okay, this is like your typical set. Let me see if I can come in a bit more. You've got your first warm-up set, your second warm-up set. You're typically, oh, how's that light in the background? I'll put my face in front of it. You've got your third set out of this. So your first main set, you're typically going for maybe, and if this is different in your workout plan, just go with the workout plan. But I'll use this just as an example. So let's just say in your first set, you're going for 6 to 8 reps in reverse pyramid training. In your second set, we're going for 8 to 10. And in your third set, we're going for 10 to 12. Now, what's really important, I really want to emphasize this, is that you're not doing the same weight for every single set. The idea is that we go really hard in the first set, and then we drop the weight by about 10% in the second set, and then we drop the weight again by another 10% in the third set. So this means that if you, the reason why let me see this, I've got 100% written here. The 100% here indicates that the amount of weight that you're using in that set means that even if you tried, you couldn't do a 9th rep. So let's just say you've loaded up the bar on the barbell hip thrust. It's 20 kilos total, and you've hit 8 on the you've hit 8 reps. If you think you can if you can get 9 on that rep, and if I've written down 6 to 8, and you can get to 9, that means the weight was too light. We want your maximum, your 100%. Like, you can't go more than 8 reps on this amount of weight. So it might take a couple of weeks for you to find out what your maximum is for that 6 to 8 rep mark. But the idea is that once we find it, that's when the muscle development is going to occur. That's when your body's going to transform and build muscle and burn calories faster and easier, and build up lean muscle and get curvier and regulate your hormones more and feel that strength. Once we find out what your 100% rep max is for that first 100% set, so after your warm-ups, once we find out what your maximum is for that first set number, so sometimes I've got written 10 to 12, I think for hip thrust as well. So once we find your maximum weight, so you can only do, so let's just say it's written like this in your workout program. You can do 20 kilos, but you can do 9 or 10 reps, then you can lift more than 20 kilos. I want the absolute maximum. So the first few reps of this set, 1, 2, and 3, they're going to be fairly easy. 4, 5, and 6 are going to be like, oh, I can feel the pain coming. And then 6, 7, and 8 are going to be a struggle, especially the 8th. And that's the thing, you might not even get to number 8. You might fail at number 6, but the idea is that you're failing. You can't lift any more than either 6, 7, or 8. If you can lift more than 8, let's just say you get to 9 and you can't do any more than 9, the next week we increase the rate, we increase the weight on that you're lifting, so you can only lift between 6 and 8 again. So we'd go up to 22 kilos on that set. Now in this video, let me dive into it a little bit more. I'll go a bit quicker. Let's just pretend that you can only lift 10 kilos when you're first starting out. Like, I know you can lift more than 10 kilos, but let's just pretend for the barbell hip thrust. The next, so we do 10 kilos is you get 8 reps for 10 kilos. What we want to do, we want to drop that down by 10%, the weight, for your next set. And we drop it down by 10%, but we do more reps. So we got 8 to 10 reps. This means, so like, because we've dropped the weight slightly, but we've increased the reps probably in your workout plan. If not, just go with the workout plan. But the idea is that we've dropped the weight slightly and that rest time is very deliberate. The reason why the rest time is very deliberate, so the rest time isn't enough for you to rest so much that you can do more than 10 reps after we drop the weight by 10%. So you do 8 to 10 reps. You probably really struggle on the 8th, 9th, and 10th rep because you're still tired from hitting your maximum weight that you can lift for 5, 6, 7, and 8 reps. By the time you get to 8, 9, and 10, even though we've dropped the weight, you're going to struggle around 8, 9, and 10. Once you struggle, you rest, you drop the weight by another 10%, and now we increase the reps again. We rest for a very specific time, so you're still fatigued by the time you start this set, and we go for, even though we've dropped the weight by 10%, you're going to struggle between the 10th, 11th, and 12th rep. You're probably not going to be able to lift any more than 8, 10, or 12 no matter how hard you try. That's the intensity that we're going at when we're doing reverse pyramid training. Why this is so effective is because you don't have to do 5 sets anymore. Like you'll see all these influencers and trainers let's do 14 reps, 12 to 15 reps of 4 to 5 sets. Like, that's overtraining. And the reason why they have to do that is because they're not hitting that fatiguing period in their workout until their 4th or 5th set. So that means like the first 2 or 3 sets in like a classic personal trainer's workout, it's typically like it's a fancy warm-up. It's just a heavy warm-up. Muscle grows by pushing it to the limit. Your body is going to change and transform by pushing it to the limit. The reason why I only do like 4 or 5 movements in your workout is because I want you to push yourself to the limit, because you can't even do 5, 6, 7 movements like in one workout when you're doing this type of training. Another benefit of this, I will go into that in a sec. So I've got it even further broken down here, so you can see it's a little bit more. So week 1 and 2, let's just pretend that the top amount of weight you can lift between 6 and 8 reps. 6 and 8, 8 and 10, 10 and 12. So you do 10 this week. You drop it by 10%. You can only do 9 kilos on your second set, and you drop it by 10%, and you can only do 8 kilos. Until you can hit 8, 10, and 12 for all 3 of these numbers, then we increase the weights. So it's usually going to take 1 to 2 weeks for this to happen. So every single week, it's called personal best training. Every single week, if you did 6 reps last week on this maximum weight, then next week you're going to go for 7. If you did 7 reps, you're going to go for 8. And okay, bang. That means bang, we've ticked off the 8 number here. Now we need to tick off the 10 number. So if last week you did 8, this week you're going to do 9 reps on this set. Next week you're going to do 10. Bang, we hit the 10. Okay, last week we did 10 reps at 8 kilos. Now I'm going to go for 11. And now I'm going to go for 12 the week after. Bang, we've hit 12. Bang, we've hit 8, 10, and 12. We've hit the max numbers. Now we increase the weights. once we increase the weight, we're probably going to go back to that new weight is going to increase by about 10% of your max. Or usually it's going to increase by maybe 2 pounds or 1 kilo, or 1 to 2 kilo. So the next week after you lift that weight, you're only going to be able to do 6 reps. You're only going to be able to do 8 reps. And I've got it here. So let's just say for the first couple of weeks, it took us 2 weeks for you to get 10, 9, and 8. Then we increased the weight. And now our new weights that we're going for in the 6 to 8 mark, we're trying to go for 6 to 8 reps of 12. Now that the muscles have grown and you're getting those personal bests, you're going to keep pushing. Every week is a personal best we're going for. Your muscles will grow, your body will transform based on the pressure that we put on it. It's not enough just to go to a workout and not push hard. Like average performances in the gym will get you average results, like period. But plus this on top of like the flexible dieting that we have, plus this on this is why we have such an emphasis on active recovery. This is why we get to rest so much compared to other training programs. Like we literally get a walking day in between every single workout day. We get 2 days walking, like active recovery on the weekend, because we're pushing so hard in those 3 to 4 movements in our workouts 3 times a week. So hopefully this makes sense. So it's going to take you 1 to 2 weeks to get 8 reps for this weight, and then we increase the weight a little bit. So we've gone from 10 kilos to 12, and then we drop it down. So like last week, before we increased the weight, 10 kilos used to be our maximum, but now it's our second set. And then in a few more weeks, it's going to be our third set. So we get harder. Every single week, we're either increasing 1 rep or we're increasing the weight. So this is personal best training plus reverse pyramid training. This is why the recovery times are really important between reps, because if you do 2 minutes recovery 1 week, but then the next week you do 5 minutes recovery between sets, then it's no longer like an accurate representation of personal best performance, because you're not under the same conditions as the previous week. So if I haven't sent you this video earlier in the program, it probably means that I've probably been having you focus really specifically on the fat loss plan. The fat loss plan, honestly, like that is predominantly track your calories. But you've hit a plateau in tracking in your weight loss, or your body needs more muscle development, and maybe you've been prioritizing steps more than your workouts. Maybe you've been missing workouts and you're doing more steps. Then I need to get your booty back in the gym and prioritizing personal best reverse pyramid training over steps, because you're probably underdeveloped in terms of muscle. The more muscle that we put on, the more your body's going to transform, the faster your body's going to remove fat off your body. Hopefully this makes sense. Shoot through any questions. I might do a quick 30-second summary just to clarify, because I know I brought up a few points here. Okay, first and foremost, we do a couple of warm-up sets. These warm-up sets, they're typically going to be about 50% to 70% of your maximum weight. So if you're doing 10 kilos on your first set here, then in your warm-up set, I want you to do 5 kilos. And then I want you to do 7 kilos in your 2 warm-ups. That makes sense, right? So you got 10 kilos is your max, and 50% of 10 kilos is 5. That's going to be what you're going to warm up with to prevent injury. And it's really important that we do the warm-ups if it does indicate that in the program, because we're going for personal best performances here. We don't want to get injured. Okay, beautiful. Okay, the first main set is your heaviest weight. Let's just pretend it's 10 kilos. You you physically can't lift more than 8 reps. If you can, you have to increase the weight until you get to a point where you can't lift any more than 6 to 8 reps of that particular number. This is the benchmark number. Beautiful. Once you hit, let's just say you've hit seven reps for this, we drop the weight by 10%. We go from 10 kilos to 9 kilos. Now we go for 8 to 10 reps. Let's just say you get to 9 reps. We drop the weight by 10% again. Okay, and now we go for 8 kilos and we get to 11. Beautiful. Next week, we're going to, because we got 7 reps last week, now we're going to go for 8. Last week we got 9. Okay, now we're going to go for 10. Last week we got 11. Okay, now we're going for 12. Bang, we get all those. Now we increase the weight from 10 kilos to 12. And we do all this again. We try and go from 6 to 8, 8 to 10, 10 to 12 at the new weights. Once we hit 8, 10, 12, we then add weight again. So every single week, one new rep or new weight. Ideally, it's probably going to be a new rep, and it's an amazing feeling. This is why your muscle is going to transform. This is really pertinent to the stubborn body fat program that I've got, where you've essentially lost the body weight as well, like the fat, and now we're looking to have that. We're looking to change like the body composition a lot more. So thank you so much for watching. 18 minutes, a bit long, but this is very important. So if you don't understand this, please reach out. Please read the material in the module. I'm more than happy to go over this over and over and over again. That's how important it is. So it's, again, I'll recap again. I've sent this video to you because you've been doing too many steps, so you've prioritized steps over workouts, or I think we need to develop more muscle mass on your body, or you've changed phases. You've changed from the fat loss transformation program to stubborn body fat transformation, or I've seen in one of your workouts that you've gone 10 kilos for 8 reps, then 10 kilos again for 10 reps, then 10 kilos again for 12 reps. So that means you could have done more than 10 kilos on your very first set, and therefore it wasn't a personal best performance. Therefore, to be honest, the workout, and this is how serious I am, the workout was kind of useless if you don't go for a personal best performance. The only way it wouldn't be useless is if you're just looking to maintain your body, then doing that 10 kilo, 10 kilo, 10 kilo, that is perfect. If you just want to maintain what you've got, just do the same weight for each rep. You're in a challenge. You're in the booty building challenge. You're in a body transformation. You're in a lifestyle transformation challenge. Just stay with me. Do this for the next few weeks, few months. Your life is going to change. Believe me. This is what gets people. Once you start to embrace this, this is what gets people addicted and hooked to working out as well. So, last week I did 7 reps. I'm going to go for 8. This is the week where I get to increase the weight. Let me see if I can get past 6 on my first. You turn the workout into a game essentially, rather than a chore. This week I have to do hip thrust. 10 kilos, 10 kilos, 10 kilos. I would hate that, to be honest. And that's it. I'll leave this with you. This saying, average performances in the gym, not going for personal bests, lead to average bodies. In saying that, your body transformation is 90% diet and nutrition. Again, you've either plateaued, you're prioritizing the wrong things, we need to shake things up, or I've seen in your program that you've only done 10, 10, 10 or 20, 20, 20. You didn't drop the weight by 10% because the first weight was too easy. There you go. You didn't go hard enough. If I was standing there with you and offered you $10,000 to do more reps or more weights on that very first set, could you have done it? Fuck yes, you could have.